What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper. Today is Thursday. Well, it is the last Daily Zest of the week, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to be zesty, friends. In 20 minutes, or around 15 minutes-ish, we're going to have Crypto Jack join us. So, friends, if you are here, please share love. Smash those likes, subscribe, share the stream out with friends, comment in the chat. We're all friendly people here. Make sure to jump in, say hey, and yeah, support the stream, show love. We're going to have some news and then some TA. Make sure you guys check out Market Cypher. They are the sponsor of today's show. Make sure you check them out. Use code MISTEAMCrypto at checkout for 20% off. I want to make sure we say hi in the chat to everyone. We got John Germain, No Noel, Marky Mark. Nice to see you. Oh, yeah, it is very cold in the city. 1 second, guys. Okay. Sorry about that. John Germain, Marky Mark, Colin, Flat Smack. It's pretty cold by you, too. We got Ozzy here. I know you can't stay for a while, but it's nice to see you. Kenny, nice to see you. We got Kenny O. Flat Smack again. Wowie, dude. Nice to see you. I don't know if I've seen you before. Nice to have you in the chat today. Again, friends, it's nice to see all of you. We got Colin, Adam. Who else is here? Nash, nice to see you. David PT from London, nice to see you. Ace Database, you came from TikTok. Yay! AC Hook, nice to see you. Kevin, nice to see you. Justin, what up? We have so many friends here. Mark Rowe, you made it. Thank you guys for coming today. Make sure you guys, again, like, subscribe, share the stream out with friends. We're going to get into the nitty gritties because, again, we have a Crypto Jack coming on soon. I want to make sure I bring him on time because he has things to do, you know, like everyone else. He's got things to do. Again, check out Market Cypher. Crypto Hato, nice to see you. Nice wowie, dude. I love that emoji. Again, if you guys have like those zesty emojis like these, I'll pop them in the chat right now. Make sure to use them, you know? We love our zesty emojis. Ben, nice to see you. Ben, you could use your zesty emojis too. All right, friends. Let's jump into the nitty-gritty. Let's jump into the news. All right. So I was just in a very interesting Twitter space with David Gokhshtein and friends. So make sure if you guys go look at David Gokhshtein's page. Look at this tweet. You could comment on his tweet and tell him I sent you and show David some love. I was just in that space and I was cracking up, dude. I was dying. David's always someone that has me cracking up laughing. So shout out to David. Give him a comment. Tell him I sent you and that you're a zesty individual. Share the zest with David. All right. Quick market recap. Don't want to go too deep into the charts or whatever because we have Crypto Jack joining us, but we have Bitcoin at 23,808. We had a nice run yesterday after the FOMC, but we had a little bit of retracement. Litecoin at $99.97 was at 102. Thank you, Ace Database, for your subscription. Appreciate you. And we have Ethereum at $1,674, up 1.95%. So again, friends, we're seeing some movement in the market. Again, we're going to talk more about this jump yesterday with Crypto Jack. Elon Musk, not really doing too much. You know, he's playing with his account, making it private. It seems like everybody and their mother on crypto Twitter has made their account private to see if they could get more engagement and to see what happens. I don't know what's going on with Twitter. I hope this shadow ban stuff is over, man. I'm over all these. Can we have like an app that works? I mean, Twitter's pretty great. I have to admit, it's probably like the better of the apps, but still, friends, we need to fix the shadow ban problem. Again, friends, make sure you answer that poll in the chat as well. I put a poll up. Whether you guys are Bitcoin bulls or Bitcoin bears, it seems that at this point, 96% of you guys are bulls. I love to see it. I was in a chat the other day and a lot of people were bearish. So I'm very happy to see people are bullish. Friends, we know Amazon stepping into the space. They have their NFT initiative and we were reading through this article the other day. They're looking at digital collectibles, layer one blockchains, blockchain-based gaming startups. Amazon wants to have people play crypto games, claim free NFTs in the process. This has been a long time coming. They were looking into an Amazon Coins program in 2013. This was more of like a loyalty rewards back type of thing, but still really on the course of points, cryptocurrency rewards. Andy Jassy, the CEO of Amazon, previously stated that he is open to the company selling NFTs and that the company is not closing the door to cryptocurrencies in general. Now, this, again, has been a big thing. AWS, as we know, recently had a partnership with Ava Labs, the company behind Avalanche blockchain. So again, Avalanche, Amazon, they have a partnership. Everyone was flipping out about it, which it's a pretty big thing. But again, we have to do our due diligence, do our research. This was described as a huge boom for both individual and enterprise developers to be able to spin up nodes and test networks on the fly with AWS in whatever legal jurisdiction makes the most sense for them. Now, Amazon, again, didn't immediately have a comment. However, it does not mean that they're not working. Amazon, new news, friends, new news. Amazon is looking to hire Web3 staff for its cloud services. Again, Amazon making moves in Web3. It's inevitable. Whether you're a company, a college, a country, a state, whoever embraces crypto will win. E-commerce giant Amazon's web service is hiring staff to help increase its clientele in the Web3 space. A listing posted a week ago on its LinkedIn is seeking a general GTM specialist Web3 to work in its Web3 go-to-market team that is responsible for growing adoption of Web3 workloads on AWS. They created a purpose-built tool for blockchain companies who want to either runs centralized ledger database that maintains an immutable and cryptographically verifiable record of transactions, or a multi-party, fully managed blockchain network that eliminates intermediaries, according to its website. A quarter of all Ethereum nodes run on AWS servers, says the website. So again, make sure you watch out. We don't want AWS to particularly take over because we need other options. However, Amazon's going to step in. They see where they could actually just take over a little bit with AWS. Be careful. Oh, 10,000 houses. Nice to see you. Happy Thursday. Oh, Crypto 8 Boy, you made it. Yo. Nice to see you. Alucard, why are you biased against us bears? Are you bearish? I mean, listen, man, I think everyone has their opinions. And that's fine. You know, this is what crypto's all about. You have your opinions. You feel the way you feel. If you're bearish, you're bearish. Personally, I'm not bearish. I don't think I've ever been bearish in this industry, because how could you be bearish in an industry that is so beautiful? Again, Flat Smacky is even saying adoption everywhere. The other day we covered on the Daily Zest, the whole thing was about crypto going mainstream, because it is. You have to stay bullish on this industry. It's inevitable. You know, whether number go up, you know, at certain points or not, whatever it's doing, the revolution that is here is so important. Ozzy, I'll see you, man. Thank you for coming. Oh.
Looking forward to both of your interviews today.
Thanks, Joshua. Appreciate the $20 super chat. Much love, Josh. Listen, I'm very excited about today's interviews too. We have in 8 minutes, we're going to have Crypto Jack jump on. And then at 3 p.m. Eastern, I'm actually going to have DZ on the channel from BitBoy Crypto. So if you guys want to check that out at 3:30, here it is. Set your reminders. I think I have to adjust the time. I think it automatically scheduled for 4, but it's 3:30, so don't believe the FUD. Okay, so 3:30 again, be back for the interview with DZ. I'm very excited to hang out with him, actually. So, friends. Oh, XR Coon, nice to see you. I wanna make sure we finish all the topics before Jack comes on. On top of Amazon, which we know is a giant in, the digital sales space. Everyone's selling something. And we know actually eBay has been in the crypto space for a long time. They've been actually having NFTs sold on their marketplace, and they acquired some. Actually, let's read about it. eBay is hiring multiple Web3 roles following their NFT market acquisition. They did, again, acquire Known Origin, which was a pretty popular NFT marketplace. They have their jobs posting on LinkedIn. It's so funny, like governments, companies, everyone has their account and their job listings on LinkedIn. Just shows the future of everything is digital. You're getting your job through a digital website. You're not going somewhere and actually interviewing anymore. Like you could literally apply to work for the government on LinkedIn. That's so wild. Anyway, let's keep going. Leading e-commerce site eBay is hiring several Web3 roles focusing on known origin, the NFT marketplace that they acquired in June. Among the roles listed are crypto counsel, head of community, a marketing executive, and others. Head of community. You do notice that, friends. Why? Because if you don't have a community, your project goes nowhere. And we do know that you cannot buy community. Crypto is the one place that we've seen big players come into the space and their drops flop. Because they're not paying attention to what we want. They're not paying attention to what the true essence of the community is saying. So I hope eBay gets some good people on their team. According to the LinkedIn posting, the crypto counsel role will primarily serve known origin and focus on advising the company's blueprint as it expands into the NFT and blockchain tech. Working on colleagues in taxes, intellectual property, and security, the lawyer hired will provide regulatory guidance as the company delves deeper into Web3. Again, friends, known origin is the NFT marketplace that they acquired. And despite the bear market, they're still getting into the industry. And I've been saying it, friends. We've all been saying it. Adoption has not stopped just because number went down. That's it. Hi, Mr. NC, John Germain. Adoption has not stopped. And we do know, because we've been talking about the UK a lot on this show, because they are planning a CBDC since literally 2020. Absolutely nuts. They were very stingent. They were like, we don't want anyone to advertise crypto. We want to protect our investors. Then they said, we need help. Let's figure it out. Let's talk with the community. This is the new update. UK crypto industry celebrates government's planned exemptions for crypto ad approvals. So they welcomed a decision to introduce a bespoke exemption for crypto companies looking to advertise to local customers. But the country's financial regulator is a bit more cautious. As part of the government's plans to bring crypto promotions into the scope of regulations on who gets to approve crypto ads, the requirement would have meant most crypto firms will not be able to communicate their own promotions, unlike other financial firms, which are authorized by virtue of having other relevant permissions, the UK Treasury said on Wednesday. But the exemption, which isn't in effect yet, announced on Tuesday, means crypto companies can approve their own promotions for the time being. So again, it's difficult. They had a little bit of a ban. Again, if they don't embrace crypto, they're going to get stuck. We do know why they're a little stingent, because they're creating their own thing. They got their own CBDC in the works. But once that comes out, people are going to lose their noodle. Meninja, nice to see you. We have more people. El Codito, nice to see you. We have Ken's Log. Hi. I love Ken's Log. Nice to see you, friends. We have 3 minutes until Jack comes on. So, again, we have HSBC. They're still making moves in the space, but we do know HSBC and a bunch of other banking giants are involved in the New York Fed CBDC program. So again, HSBC was involved in that. We went over how they had multiple trademarks filed for the metaverse, NFT marketplaces, and now they're looking for help on this. They need some help. Again, HSBC, the British multinational bank, manages the largest amount of assets in Europe, doubled down on digital currencies. On January 30th, HSBC opened the GPBW product director of tokenization position with a hiring process scheduled to end by February 13th. According to the job description, the tokenization director would be responsible for designing and implementing a global tokenization proposition and representing the bank in front of regulators in digital asset ecosystems. Again, they have to have deep insights into the industry. They're looking for people within. But again, I don't know. We have to be wary. The main area of HSBC's interest, again, is in the CBDC space. In September 2021, HSBC Group CEO Noel Quinn outlined the firm's commitment to supporting CBDCs while stressing skepticism over risks associated with cryptocurrencies and stablecoins. Of course. Again, I just showed you guys, they are a part of the New York proof of concept pilot for CBDCs. They're deep. They're deep in the CBDC world, HSBC. A lot of things, HSBC, CBDC, many C's and B's and all of it. But just watch out, friends. Again, CBDCs are on the rise, and we have to have money that belongs to us. Now, apparently, as a little fun note, The there's going to be a new FTX documentary highlighting CZ and SBF. I'm interested to see how it goes. I think Mark Wahlberg or something is involved in this one. I just thought it was a little giggle for us to have. I wonder how like the afro is going to be displayed in there. We got Olive in the chat. Nice to see you. Again, one more thing. Charlie Munger says that he's not for crypto. Says it's a waste. He said cryptocurrency is a gambling contract with nearly 100% edge for the house. Oh, gosh. He obviously is not in this. He's, what is he, 99 years old? 99 years old, investment veteran, and he's telling us Bitcoin is bad. We know why we're here. We know this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful revolution that we're a part of, and that will not change. We want to be your own bank. We want to control our assets. We want to be in control of our wealth. Right, Cardigan? Right, Olive? We know the vibe. Petition to ban Charlie Munger. I could get on that one. Listen, he knew his thing back in the day with TradFi, but now this is DeFi. This is a whole digital revolution. Exactly, Cardigan. I feel you. All right, friends, I'm going to go grab Crypto Jack. So give me a minute, and I'll be right back. I'm going to put on the intro. Don't leave. Instead, smash those likes and get ready for the TA. Friends on TikTok, please head over to YouTube if you want to see some charts. All right, 1 second, guys. Hey.
Absolutely.
Okay. What's up, friends? I am back with Crypto Jack. Welcome, Crypto Jack, to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay, man. It is nice to wake up to a bunch of green candles across the board. So it's been a good day.
I know, right? So how did you feel about like watching all those charts yesterday? Because we know like pre-FOMC, people are a little high strung. They're a little nervous. How did you feel going into it?
Oh man, so as a technical trader, I'm watching what the charts are doing, right? And leading into the FOMC, there was this consolidation. It was basically like prices going 90 degrees to the right. But what was crazy is right as the FOMC started, everything started tanking. And then it rallied back and it went to the moon and everything turned green. So it was wild to watch. And in fact, one of my secret fascinations, things that I like to do, I put the charts on like the 1 minute candles during those high volatility times. I don't trade or anything, but I love watching just what happens. And you see these whales just slugging it out left and right. It's pretty fun to see.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people expected a 25 BPS, which actually did come out. So like people were surprised about that. I was surprised about that because they want to just hammer us down every chance they get. I mean, do you think if they did go like higher than 25, we were going to see some downside here? Or you think it wouldn't have mattered?
Or maybe sideways, right? Like maybe 50 basis points would have been sideways and anything worse would have been down. I really don't know because every time Powell has these conversations after the fact, he mentions about, well, the market is still up, or like we need to put a pause on the market's bullishness. He uses these different words, but he's effectively showing he's not happy that things are going up. And it's like, what is it going to take at this point? Most of the charts are closing in on not necessarily growth stocks or tech stocks or anything, but like indexes are not that far from their prior all-time highs. So what's it going to take to actually have a recession? Or maybe there just won't be.
Yeah, and I did see the Dixie kind of running up yesterday, and Bitcoin ran up with it, which usually isn't the case. I don't know if you were looking at those charts yesterday.
Yeah, and into this morning, like the Dixie moonshot this morning, and then gave it all back. And for those of you listening, the way this works is there's an inverse relationship between Bitcoin and Dixie, and the Dixie is like the strength of the dollar. So if the Dixie goes up, you want more dollars and less Bitcoin or less things. And if it's the opposite, if the Dixie goes down, you want more Bitcoin and more things, right? So this is like kind of the seesaw of how things work. So like you said, very rarely do you see both things up or both things down. So look, coin flip, this is just a highly volatile time. And it was, in the moment, in the day, it was a crazy, crazy thing to see. And rip anybody who is trying to trade that, like on margin.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you have any charts you want to display, but I definitely think like yesterday watching the charts and seeing it go up and then kind of retrace, like we kind of gave back our gains a little bit. And I think I think maybe that's healthy. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, I do. In fact, one of my chat always makes fun of me, but the thing that I hate the most over everything is up only. I hate up only.
Me too. It's scary.
It's scary. Well, and not only that, but as a technical trader, I need support. I need retests. I need this and that. Right. So you just see a greed candle do this, and you're like, man, if I chase that now, it's like Schrödinger, or what's the word? Schrödinger's dog or whatever, or cat. It's like that, but with trading. If I buy right now, when I'm looking at a green candle, I'm thinking to myself, if I buy, it's going to go down. If I don't buy, it's going to keep going up. So you have this this anguish inside of what's going to happen. But yeah, I'll let me pull up my chart here. I have a few.
Oh, yay. Love that.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited. I love the charts, man. I get so hype.
So I'm going to try something out here. I think when I draw on the charts, that's when things kind of go wonky. So what I'm going to do is just kind of click through some tabs that I have pre-set up. So
cool.
First things first, what is the big picture of Bitcoin? Well, we had a falling wedge over a 6 to 8 month period. This goes all the way back to June or July of last year. This is a really important technical pattern. This is how bear markets bottom. Like, this is a big deal. So I've been watching this up until, I think I really put my eyes on it after the FTX collapse. I just didn't realize what it was until we had this kind of rounded out bottom right here. And then you could connect, this trend line. And once you had once the market refused to make a new low, that's when I kind of sat up in my chair and I said, okay, it's only two options. We're either going to have a bullish macro reversal or steep bearish continuation if this does break down. That's the only way these things play out. And lo and behold, we broke out. So we've had these two targets ever since the breakout at like 18,000. And here we are, call it 24,000, and we're at this target. So that's very cool to see that literally yesterday we hit our first target.
Yes, now, that was so exciting.
It's so good and bad about hitting our first target. The pivot right here, this is a really important level to macro traders, to index funds, to big boy whales. This is a big deal. So you can't sleep on this. And what happened yesterday is that we touched it and then we sold off. So that if I had to kind of say, look, we need to be concerned about one thing and one thing only, it's that right there. If we can get above this 24,250, we get above it and close a day, close a 4 hour, close anything up there. I think it's on. Send it to 30 really fast. Yeah. There's going to be, in my opinion, it'll move very quickly. But until that happens, I think the market as a whole is going to be like, whoa, hold on. That was like a brick wall and we just ran our car straight into it. So we need to kind of keep our eye on that for Bitcoin and then by extension, probably the rest of crypto. So that is where my eyes are right now.
Wow.
Any feedback or questions or anything on Bitcoin, or I can keep moving?
I mean, I'm just surprised because I saw it go blast through 24, went straight up to what was it, 24.1 or 24.2, something like that, and then just dipped right down under, and it just couldn't hold it, which reminds me of when it first went to 23K, and it was just this game we were playing for almost a week of why can't we break 23, and then we just popped through it because probably the FOMC meeting kind of maybe pushed that, but
debate, yeah, just nothing. There's just endless debate within these periods of time.
Exactly.
Just like back in 2019 when we finally broke up from the 3K lows, it was very similar. But I'm going to see if I can pull this chart up because even though this tends to break Zoom for whatever reason, I think it's important. I'm nervous.
I love this. I love how neat everything you have. I'm just admiring, because I used to take notes. I used to be very serious about that in school. And you're just so serious about what you have going on. And I really love it. The nerd inside of me is
it's breaking.
Is it? Are you sure?
Oh. No, we're good. We're good.
Yay!
We're back. It freaked out for a second. And,
okay.
And then it came hands off the wheel. So no, I appreciate it. I try to keep things kind of neat and tidy where everything looks nice. But all I wanted to show on this right here was how back when we got above this pivot, right? We were talking about this pivot level and how we got this rejection.
Yes.
Back in 2019, when we attacked the pivot, we immediately broke above it and closed above it. And you can see how that was enough of a kind of a nod to all the risk on bulls to keep going. And so that is what really concerns me right now. So not to dwell on that. I'm not trying to say like everyone should sell everything, but it's just something to recognize that until we get above that, it's going to be really choppy and like tough to figure out what's going on.
Got it.
Okay, so macro Ethereum, so very similar to Bitcoin, we have this thing happening. This is a bearish thing. This is a big scary thing, and it broke out. And at the time of breakout, this is the time to go long. And you can see how it went, risk on from about $1,200 to here we are today at 1675, whatever it is. Do I really know what's happening within this box, within this channel? No. Other than saying, okay, high to low, I really don't have a good feel for what the market is trying to tell us. So until this turns into something more useful, maybe it's it turns into some kind of pattern that we like, I know what that pattern is and it leads to this. Until then, I'm just going to keep, click and dragging the box out, and we'll just continue watching the box.
So this is kind of just like sideways, like gray area
Chop.
type movement.
Yeah. And it's interesting though, right? Because if I compare Bitcoin recently popped a new local high, right? And this was very bullish, very exciting, but Ethereum did not. I mean, it did make a new local high, but it was nowhere near as exciting. It wasn't
like 1700, right? Did it cross 17?
Yeah.
Or it was just under? It was like 1697.
Yeah. It just barely tapped it. But you would think that typically when Bitcoin is bullish, the alts are like an extension of Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. And if Bitcoin goes up 1%, Ethereum and the rest go up 3%. You know what I mean? And you really didn't see that with Ethereum. You did see this in other alts. There were several alts that just moonshot, but you did not see that with Ethereum. And I just think that's worth noting, that there seems to be this change of character, they call it in the technical charting world. There seems to be a change of character with Ethereum. And so there's a lot of Ethereum maxi, ride or die giga bulls. And I think that might potentially blind them to what's happening, because the reality is this is not behaving like it did the last couple cycles. So maybe it's worth putting your capital in something else, right? For some altcoin exposure, if you don't just want Bitcoin.
That's really interesting. I was kind of thinking the same thing, because I saw Bitcoin go on a run, but ETH wasn't really it was just like it was trying to move, but it was like had its feet glued on the ground, and it was like crawling. It was like trying to move, but it just couldn't.
Yeah, so what you got to ask yourself, okay, is it just lagging, right? So maybe today, tomorrow, it just moonshots and it catches up and it makes up for lost ground. Is there something else going on? And honestly, I'm not equipped to answer that, but I think it would be wise to kind of have these conversations internally and trying to figure out what's going on.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. That was great.
Yeah, you bet. Okay. And then a couple other interesting things, if I can get that to get out of the way, because the tab's right behind. There we go. Okay. So this is the traditional market. Now, I think everyone's kind of gotten used to the idea, at least through the bear market. Look, the traditional market is in some way related to the crypto market. So if number goes down in one, it tends to be number go down in the other. But here's what's interesting is we have these downtrend lines going back to December of 2021, which was kind of the pico top of literally everything. What we're looking at is the S&P 500. This is a massive US index. This is a way to just very quickly kind of check the health of the US economy or the US stock market, I guess I should say.
Yeah. And
what you see here is we broke up, and we broke up hard and fast. And if you remember our conversation about how pivots are important, with Bitcoin back in 2019, look at where the S&P is above the pivot. So not only did it break out of this downtrend line where it rolled over like a half dozen times almost, if I zoomed in, but it is also above the yearly pivot as well. So potentially the traditional market, bear market is over as well. Like this is what this is insinuating. So you have Bitcoin rolling out of a bullish macro reversal pattern, and you have the traditional markets breaking up. We're only like 5 days or so into this breakout. Very exciting times. But what are your thoughts on the traditional markets?
I mean, I try to observe the traditional markets as much as possible, but I see so much mixed sentiment there where it's kind of the same with crypto where people are expecting so much downside. Meanwhile, I do see so many stocks popping off. I think Meta was up like 50 something percent since the beginning of the year. But God forbid Bitcoin did that, right? If Bitcoin went up 50+% since the beginning of the year, it's propped up. It's this, it's that, so negative. But Meta could do that and it's fine. So I do see a lot of stocks popping. So I could see a bull market in either case, to be honest.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that because I'm going to show you some other charts that have caught my attention.
Yeah.
And one of them is MicroStrategy.
Ooh.
And what's very interesting about this is, I've been talking about this Eiffel Tower going all the way back to the moonshot. And just one of the things I like to do, I'm not necessarily the type that chases gains and then kind of like has P&L porn on my timeline. I'm more like, I want to like warn people before they get rugged and lose it all. And so to me, this particular pattern was a big deal to me to keep my eye on. And I've been waiting for this kind of structure. This is like one way to view it. If you're familiar with the Wall Street psychology chart, this is another way of viewing kind of that same thing. This is very similar to that. But in either event, you have a really close correlation between what is happening here and here. And I'll also add that this is almost an entire year in this, bottoming pattern. So we have a breakout of a downtrend line. We have a year of basically sideways consolidation.
Wow.
We're only at $290 after being, at the highs were 1,300. So this is a really, really good looking chart. I don't necessarily think it's going to moonshot, but this is really nice strength and at least the start of what could be, a new bull run. And we're only a month or so into it. Could be pretty cool. Do you have any thoughts on MicroStrategy?
I think MicroStrategy is really baller just because of what everyone's doing there in terms of Michael Saylor. I think I think what he's doing has a lot to do with like their stock movement. Yeah,
agreed. And he's kind of that Bitcoin permabull. I'm all in Bitcoin and everything else is a scam. And I know he's a hero to the Bitcoin community for sure. He's at all the conferences and all that. So I'm not surprised that as Bitcoin breaks out, that MicroStrategy breaks out as well. They're kind of tied at the hip. So it'll be interesting to see during the next bull market. Let's say we have a bull run in 2024, 2025, like a face melting, risk on 100x long, that kind of thing. It's going to be interesting to see what MicroStrategy does. Does it break even above its $1,300 high? Does it go to $2,000? Like, where does it end up going?
Exactly.
But I think I love this from a structure perspective. I think that's awesome.
Jack, are you frozen on your end? Because it says Zoom isn't responding for me. I think I might have to close Zoom and reopen it real quick.
Oh, no, I didn't. Let me see. I can stop the screen share. Let's see if that helps any.
Okay.
Let's see. I see you. Do you not see me?
No, I think I have to close it real quick. I'll close it and then reopen it, and then you can pop back in. It's just my computer.
Oh, gotcha. No worries. Okay, sounds good.
Okay, 1 second. All right, friends, 1 second. Technical difficulties as usual. Zoom is really a pain in the butt. 1 second, friends. All right. I think we got Crypto Jack here.
Are we good?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good.
Can you see me?
Yeah, it's just like,
okay.
Oh, my thing is such a mess.
You're good. Let's do this. I'm going to, on Twitter, send you the last chart because I think your chat would like to see it. And I feel like something's going on when I screen share or something, and it tends to be when things break.
Yeah, I should have restarted my computer because that's literally like, it's my computer. Hold on, I got it.
Okay. All right, no worries. So this one's for the homies on the crypto side.
Okay.
So this is the coin chart. So Coinbase.
Yes, I have it up.
Okay, so the Coinbase chart right here is a descending triangle. Now, this is a very bearish pattern, but what's cool is not only did it break down, that's what there's like a kind of a yellow squiggle right above 2023 that I'm trying to highlight. Yes. Not only did it break new lows, but it moonshot back and broke up. So two bearish things happened. There was an extended bearish pattern, and then it broke down and made new lows. And then it rallied back, like amidst all that sell pressure, it rallied back. So I am not surprised. Think of it as like the compression of a spring, and then finally, as things, as it rallies back, it's like you remove your hand and it shoots up. That's kind of what's happening here. So I would not be surprised to see Coinbase go all the way to that R1, which is at about $150. But the bigger takeaway here is, maybe after some consolidation, et cetera, this is what a bottom looks like on a stock, like a macro bottom. This is exactly what you'd want to see. So kudos to Coin and all the Coin bulls for pulling it out of the gutter there.
Yeah, because I mean, when Coin first came out, like it was a stupendous. Like I remember the day it came out, like the day it was launched on the stock market. It was just dramatic. Like people were just, it was like a bull fest. People ran that thing up,
Right.
and then inevitably it had to come down to some degree. But they crushed it because there was so much FUD being thrown at Coinbase because it went so high. I'm surprised they didn't halt the stock.
Yeah, I remember it was over $400, 420, 440,
It was something
like that.
stupid. Like was it
way up
475 was the goal or
So,
something
yeah, it
like
might
that?
Yeah. And it was somebody like Jim Cramer was like, we love Coinbase at 440 or 450. And that's a famous tweet. And the reason I bring it up is because down at $40, he tweets again and he says something to the effect of, we hate Coinbase at 40, it's going much lower. So anybody who follows kind of the inverse Kramer stuff,
Yes.
that was hilarious to me.
I mean, yeah, if you look at Litecoin, I think it was like $40 to $60 when he called Litecoin holders idiots. And look where it is now.
$100. Here we go.
Exactly. How do you actually feel about Litecoin crossing $100? Because that was like a big psychological level.
So I think Litecoin, and I picked up on this in the bear market, and I think Litecoin is behaving differently than it ever has. And again, so we had this conversation about Ethereum earlier, and picking up on what's called change of character. And I think Litecoin has displayed a change of character, and now it is benefiting from that. Now, I am one of these guys with cash on the side, and I'm like, okay, this pile of cash is for Litecoin. When it pulls back, this cash is for Litecoin. And I'm like, I'm still waiting for that pullback, to $50 or whatever. I may not get it. It's just in a straight moonshot. Every time it retests a key moving average, it's instantly, goes back. There's buyers by the thousands waiting for it. So I wonder if there's a correlation between Ethereum underperforming and Litecoin overperforming, perhaps the whales from one shifting to the other, maybe with the proof of stake switch, because if you zoom out and you really think about what's happening, Ethereum going from proof of work to proof of stake you had to take your mouse and click and drag from more decentralized to less decentralized. So like from more privacy to less privacy. And at the same time, Litecoin introduced Mimblewimble. There is now more privacy options. You see what I'm saying? So I wonder if the biggest guys in the rooms who have been around forever are like, okay, I'm out of that thing because I don't like what they're doing. They have OFAC compliant nodes and they're working with Big Brother and they're all happy. Let's exit that and let's go over there where they're working on privacy and, doing a pretty good job and just doing the same thing they've done for almost 10 years now.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Litecoin is so underrated. It's incredible. And listen, I wouldn't be surprised if, Litecoin starts making huge moves because, again, it did have a larger all-time high than it's at now. So I think inevitably it'll go back there at one point or another. And I think, any Litecoin under $100, just Bitcoin in the 20s or in the 15K range is a gift.
Yeah,
I don't know. I might be radical. People might clip this and give me sheesh, but I don't care. I'm stating it. It's out there. It's out there.
The charts agree with you. Everything you could there's a checklist of things, technicals that I'd want to see on Bitcoin. And they the majority of them are checked, right? The getting above the pivot, some of these big ones are not checked yet, but perhaps they can be. For Litecoin, they have all been checked for 3 weeks now, 4 weeks now. It's insane the strength that is been pouring into that, in the face of everything else. And I know stuff like Aptos and whatever has like made a 1,000,000% gain in a very short period of time. But when you compare Litecoin to anything that's been around for more than a cycle, it's really outperforming its peers.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Crypto Jack. You're so amazing. And I apologize for the technical difficulties. I really wish like Zoom wasn't such a pain for my computer, but thank you again. I really do appreciate it. And thank you everyone in the audience for coming today. I appreciate you guys. If you guys enjoyed today's show, please make sure to smash the like, subscribe, share it out with friends. Jack, where can everyone find you before you head out? And I'll make sure to drop some links in the description for friends. Everything's in the description, but the live chat too, I mean.
Yeah. So the easiest way to find me is on Twitter, and I'm at cryptojacklive. And also, I'm trying to start up YouTube. I'm pretty slow on that, but it's the same thing. It's at cryptojacklive. So youtube.com/at cryptojacklive. But anyway, cool. Thank you for having me on. You're doing a great job. I know you're out there grinding. I see you having a lot of the celebrity who's who. So I appreciate you including me on your streams as well, and letting me share my charts, because it's my nerd fascination. I love this stuff.
No, and you're really great. And I'm all about like building with other people. I'm not like trying to like be all like weird, but I really do like I would like to build with other people, and I like to like be inclusive. So thank you again for joining me and like building with me and hanging out with me. And of course, you always have an open invite. And thank you guys again for coming by the show. I really do appreciate you guys. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe, share it out with friends. Comment after this is over what you feel is going to happen this weekend with the markets. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Do you want an In-N-Out burger? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. And as always, stay zesty. Peace.